Howdy. Today we're looking at Amprex post to Jade Shadows, and it's specifically with Blast and Corrosive. I don't think this will be a very long video, just short, going over that. It's actually pretty decent. Now, it is still worse than the Tenet Galaxion, I'd say. Tenet Galaxion is definitely the better option, but this is easier to get than Tenet Galaxion, and a lot more players are going to be able to have it, right? I think it takes like MR 11 or something, and Glaxion's like 16, so this is easier to get. Now, this is the kind of build we have going on. I know not everyone's going to have prime cryo rounds and prime shred. You can go normal shred and normal cryo rounds. The reason we have prime cryo rounds here is because it raises our damage, yeah, but more importantly, it gets our blast to be higher. If we had the 60-60 for cold here, our corrosive weighting would be way higher than I would like. So instead, we have prime cryo rounds with thermite rounds to give us the blast, and then high voltage malignant force. Actually, I just realized I'm dumb. I don't need high voltage here to make corrosive. I'm really, really dumb. Yeah, never mind. Take that off. Yeah. You can run the normal cryo rounds. I would still at least do this because see, our corrosive weighting is still higher, so even normal cryo rounds, I don't know. It's nice to have the higher weighting, so we try to get more blast going on. We have primary deadhead here because it is pretty easy to get headshots with the weapon, and it's a crit weapon, so you want headshots. It also has a headshot multiplier on top of it being easier to keep up than Merciless. Though then we do have to deal with the 2.6 second reload of Amprex, but that's not the end of the world. Prime Shred is mostly here for the punch through and to counter the fire rate negative of critical delay. Normal Shred still gives enough though to counter critical delay's negative 20%. Vital Sense for crit damage, Galvanized Chamber of course for multi-shot, Malignant Force which mixes with the base electricity of the weapon to give us corrosive so that we can armor strip, so corrosive blast. Now since we have an open mod slot, you could go for base damage or more base damage because it's still going to be a damage increase, and this makes it infinitely easier to get the first headshot kill to get your stacks going. Otherwise things might be a bit of a pain in the ass. You could go galvanized aptitude. It's only going to give us an extra 160% with at least the elements we have. That is about the same as amalgam serration though, but it also gives status chance. Though, like Deadhead, you are going to need to get kills to keep this up. There are some other options. I would not go Hunter Moo because we're not going viral. You could go Rifle Elementalist, I suppose, because this will give us a multiplicative damage buff to our statuses, and it gives us just a little bit more punch through, so it's not worthless. It's a nice damage buff to have. Although, I don't know if the damage... I feel like really the damage might be the same or less than if we had Galvanized Aptitude, because this is 90% multiplicative, but it's only applying to our statuses, so all of our upfront damage is not going to be taking effect from that. And blast hits take into account 30% of your base damage. Yeah. So our AoE damage will be decent, I guess, but our base damage will be way lower. This with 2 stacks at 160%, or do you have almost 400% 360 of this maxed out, right? Primary Deadhead, we can just round up to 400%. So we already have 4 times that. So 160 would be go down to 40% extra damage bonus, 40, 30%. I think about 30%, right? 32. Yeah, this should give us about a 32% damage buff, not counting the 80% status chance, which makes us, first of all, strip armor faster, so we get to our big damage faster, but also makes it so we get even more blast procs for more damage. And our upfront damage, like I said, will be going up by 2% or something like that. 35. Actually, oh yeah, because this is 369. About 35% more damage. And that's only with the 2 base statuses. If you have any sort of priming from abilities or companions or anything of other elements, then you'll get even more damage. So I would say Galvanized Aptitude is better here than Rifle Elementalist. Because, again, we are doing some pretty decent upfront damage. But run whatever you like. The damage difference isn't that big, I don't think, so it doesn't matter too much. So we'll come over here and you can see how much it does without our stacks built up. We have no galvanized aptitude. I hate that they keep stacking this way. No galvanized aptitude and no deadhead yet. So pretty rough in the damage department. Dude, they stagger everywhere, which is not a problem when you're doing enough damage to kill fast enough, but if you're not, it makes shooting them a pain in the ass. There we go. First deadhead stack and galvanized aptitude. Our damage is already much higher. 2 stacks. 1 more deadhead stack to go. There we go. Now, look at this. Again, I'd still say Tenet Glaxion is better, but this is pretty freaking good, I'd say. For Amprex, considering how old and outdated it is. Even, like, this is good damage. This is really good damage. And it's just the gun itself. You can easily get buffs like Reinforced Bond on your pet, Tenacious Bond on your pet, Diriga, Panzervolt Profiler, a Hound, like anything to spread viral or status effects in general is just gonna make the damage of this thing skyrocket even higher. So this is extremely strong. I unfortunately don't have normal shred. I want to show this before I go with just a normal build going on. I actually really like pure electric. If you were wondering what my pure electric build looks like, I'm not going to show it. It's not that great. I need to fit more actual electric damage into it. I'm just not sure what to get rid of. Probably galvanized aptitude, but it sucks to lose the status chance. A ribbon with status chance, multi-shot electricity, and then like increased recoil will be perfect for a pure electric Amprex. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. So wait, what was it I was going to show? Crap. I already immediately forgot. Oh yeah, a build that's more new player friendly. I'm going to, you know what, we'll assume you don't even have the galvanized mods, okay? So let's say we put on split chamber. Then because we don't have the galvanized mod, we'll switch to, or we're assuming you don't have it, we'll put on rifle elementalist. Deadhead should still be possible to get. Deadhead, you can buy it for like 20 plat. All you have to do is get to Steel Path. And, you know, that's not hard to do, just to complete the star chart. Then we replace Prime Cryo rounds with normal Cryo rounds. And Malignant Force and Thermite rounds are actually the 2 easiest 60-60 mods to get. So now all we gotta do is replace Prime Shred with Speed Trigger. Critical Delay is easy to get. Everything here is easy to get, and you don't need Sinister Reach. That's just extra range, right? So we could just take that off. Here you go. This is an extremely new player-friendly build. Also, in case you're wondering, nothing on my Warframe is affecting my damage. And like I said earlier, I have no companion on. Alright. This is, again, I think it's MR11 weapon with a build that's pretty much any player should be able to get. Like, even a Mastery Rank 8 guy, if he tried hard enough, could definitely make this build happen on this weapon. Oh, not sorry, duh, it's MR11. Well, yes, an MR11 guy could easily make this build happen. No issues at all. If I could have just... Dang it, I keep getting the blast kills. I don't normally have problems building Deadhead because we do enough upfront damage. Blast kills won't build Deadhead, but it's still pretty easy to build Deadhead, especially in mission, I find. I know I'm struggling here. Earlier you saw it, though. Earlier I got Deadhead on all of the kills that I was getting trying to build it up. There we go, there we go. 3 Deadhead stacks. Now let's reset these enemies, and you can see with a budget build, new player-friendly budget build, that it's still going to have no issue killing these enemies. Not the fastest killing thing in the world, but again, considering how low level these mods are on a Mastery Rank 11 extremely outdated weapon, this is quite viable. You'd be able to take this through 99% of all of the content in the game. If you are a low level player, low Mastery Rank, then I definitely recommend trying this gun out. I think Amprex, along with the Ignis and the Arcaplasmor, are like the holy trinity of weapons that every player in the game has to use at some point. They're too fun. They're too amazing. They're not all powerful, but they're still very fun and will get you through most of the content in the game. yeah, that's going to be it for the Amprex updated video. Here, I don't think I showed my Urali fashion again, in case you want to know what I've got going on here. Wait, I forgot attachments and Cyandana. There you go. That's gonna be it. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. Adios.